They're starting a dueling club and the first meeting is today. That could be interesting. Come to the Great Hall if you want to learn how to duel. No time to talk, thank goodness. Here's the...
Can everyone see me? Can you all hear me? Excellent. I started Dueling Club to train you to defend yourselves. Dueling Club meets every day in the antechamber just outside the Great Hall. In Wizard Dueling, the object of the exercise is to incapacitate your opponent. There are 3 spells you may use in dueling. Rictus Sempra, which knocks your opponent back and reduces stamina. Mimble Wimble, which prevents your opponent from accurately casting their next spell. Expelliarmus, which reflects spells back onto your opponent. To select a spell, scroll through them by using the space bar or the right mouse button. To cast a selected spell on your opponent, press the left mouse button. You may build up the strength of Rictus Sempra and Mimble Wimble by holding the left mouse button down. Note that potion drinking and jumping during duels are prohibited. A pledge of Bertie Bott's every flavored beans is required to duel. The victor wins the opponent's beans. To challenge a student to a duel, simply walk up to them. If you have enough beans, you will be invited to duel. My assistant, Professor Snape,
I am your colleague, not your assistant.
has informed me that he knows a tiny bit about dueling and has graciously agreed to monitor the duels. And now for a brief demonstration. Mr. Potter, if you'd like to partner up with Mr. Weasley...
I don't think so. Time to split up the dream team, I think. Mr. Malfoy, come over here. Let's see what you can make of the famous Potter.
Thrashing you will be a treat, Potter.
Very well then. One's at the ready. When I count to 3.
Scared, Potter.
You wish.
1, 2, 3!
Today, Potter, you will have the pleasure of dueling the great Slytherin house.
Rictus Emperor!
Snuck that one in, didn't you, Potter?
Rictus Emperor! 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 Rictus
Harry
Emperor!
Potter has beaten Slytherin. How disappointing.
Serpent Sortia!
Leave me alone! What was that?
Did Harry just hiss?
Oh my! That couldn't have been...
It couldn't be. Not him.
You're a parcel mouth, Harry. You can talk to snakes.
Why does it matter?
It matters, Harry, because being able to talk to snakes was what Salazar Slytherin was famous for.
Oh no! Exactly! Now the whole school's going to think you're his great-great-great-great-grandson or something. But I'm not. Anyway, we'll see you later, Harry.
Bye, Harry.
Harry lay awake for hours that night, wondering, could he be a descendant of Salazar Slytherin?
I won't be seeing you in herbology class. I'll be in Moaning Myrtle's bathroom working on the polyjuice potion.
I can't believe Hermione is skipping class. Well, we better get outside to herbology, Harry. Come on.
I just say, Harry?
Potter, you will now duel a member of your own team. Don't expect any special treatment from them.
Rictus Emperor! Rictus Emperor! Rictus
Potter
Emperor!
has beaten a fellow Gryffindor. How very disloyal. May I now introduce your next opponent? Ravenclaw. Poor Potter. Doesn't seem to have the stamina.
Rictus Emperor! Rictus Emperor! Rictus
Don't let
Emperor!
that go to your head, Potter.
Rictus Emperor! Rictus Emperor! Rictus Emperor! Rictus Emperor!
Ravenclaw has suffered a humiliating setback. Hufflepuff will today duel the famous Harry Potter.
Rictus Emperor! Rictus
Potter
Emperor!
deals a surprise blow and hits Hufflepuff.
Rictus Emperor! Rictus Emperor! Rictus Emperor!
Careful. He'll beat you if you let your guard down, Hufflepuff.
Rictus Emperor! Rictus Emperor! Rictus Emperor! Rictus Emperor!
I can't believe you actually beat Hufflepuff. Must be a fluke. Today, Potter, you will have the pleasure of dueling the great Slytherin house.
Rictus
Let
Emperor!
that Potter get to you. Strike him back.
Rictus Emperor! Rictus Emperor!
Slytherin takes an undeserved hit.
Rictus Emperor! Rictus
Harry
Emperor!
Potter has beaten Slytherin. How disappointing. Potter, you will now duel a member of your own team. Don't expect any special treatment from them.
Rictus Emperor!
Ah! Not another hit for Potter.
Rictus Emperor! Rictus Emperor! Rictus Emperor! Rictus
I'm
Emperor!
watching you, Potter. Don't try to cheat. Today, Potter, you'll have the pleasure of dueling the great Slytherin house.
Rictus Emperor! Rictus Emperor!
Savage spells, eh, Potter?
Rictus Emperor! Rictus Emperor! Rictus Emperor! Rictus Emperor! Rictus
Don't let
Emperor!
that Potter get to you. Strike him back.
Rictus Emperor! Rictus
Harry
Emperor!
Potter has beaten Slytherin. How disappointing. May I now introduce your next opponent, Ravenclaw.
Rictus Emperor! 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 Rictus Emperor!
Ravenclaw has suffered a humiliating setback.
Rictus Emperor! 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 Rictus Emperor!
Today, Potter, you will have the pleasure of dueling the great Slytherin house.
Rictus Emperor! Rictus Emperor! Rictus Emperor!
Snuck that one in, didn't you, Potter?
Rictus Emperor! Rictus Emperor! Rictus
Don't let
Emperor!
that Potter get to you. Strike him back.
Rictus Emperor! 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 Rictus Emperor!
Slytherin takes an undeserved hit.
Rictus Emperor! Rictus Emperor! Rictus Emperor! Rictus Emperor! Rictus Emperor! Rictus Emperor! Rictus Emperor!
I'd heard you dueled far better than that, Potter. Harry Potter has beaten Slytherin. How disappointing. Potter, you will now duel a member of your own team. Don't expect any special treatment from them. I'm watching you, Potter. Don't try to cheat.
Rictus Emperor! Mimblewimble! Mimblewimble!
Ah! Not another hit for Potter.
Rictus Emperor! Mimblewimble! 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 Rictus Sempra! Rictus Sempra! Rictus Sempra!
I'm watching you, Potter. Don't try to cheat.
Rictus Sempra! 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 Rictus
Potter
Sempra!
has beaten a fellow Gryffindor. How very disloyal. Today, Potter, you will have the pleasure of dueling the great Slytherin house.
Rictus Sempra! Rictus Sempra!
Slytherin takes an undeserved hit.
Rictus Sempra! Rictus Sempra! Rictus Sempra! Rictus Sempra! Rictus Sempra! Rictus Sempra! Rictus Sempra!
Snuck that one in, didn't you, Potter? Don't
Mimblewimble!
let that Potter get to you. Strike him back.
Rictus Sempra! Rictus Sempra! Mimblewimble! Rictus Sempra! 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 Expelliarmus! Rictus Sempra! Expelliarmus! Rictus Sempra! 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 Mimblewimble! Mimblewimble! Rictus Sempra!
Slytherin takes an undeserved hit.
Mimblewimble! 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 Mimblewimble!
Snuck that one in, didn't you, Potter?
Mimblewimble! Rictus Sempra!
Harry Potter has beaten Slytherin. How disappointing.